Oh, test, test. It's just a black screen for me.
Test, test. Okay. I'm like there. You're like, speak again.
Yeah, test, test.
Okay, hopefully we're good to go. If I switch onto this, hopefully the screen should change to what we're supposed to be looking at. It's never straightforward. Hello, everybody. Just to verify that we're actually bloody on here. I sure hope we are. This is my job after all.
Everything looking good?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Coleslaw Cup. It's me and it's Scornsy, and Scornsy's going to do our introduction today, Miami style.
Hola y bienvenidos a todos. Aquí estamos hoy en el Gran Premio de Miami. So looking forward to pretty good race. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see if the track seemed pretty slippery from the few little practice laps that I did. I remember hearing some of the other drivers also complaining about the track being very slippery in sectors 1 and a little bit through 2.
So you can tell we're in Miami with our broadcast because we are Mr. Worldwide style.
Yes, that's very, very true. Mr. Worldwide.
Dace is on P1 at the minute. We've got Sharir, I think, on a hot lap. I'm not sure. No, never mind. Nicky's retired and left the session.
Left the session, yeah.
He was having some technical difficulties. Seems like perhaps that has continued. What's Dace doing? I think Dace might be on a hot lap here. Because it's all a bit feels a bit thrown together. We started a little bit late.
Sui jumping up into P3 right now with a 27 flat. Yet again, both the Ferrari drivers, just sitting third and fourth right now. Just looking good. Very, very consistent with them. Kind of flirting with podium, podium spots and whatnot, and trying to capitalize on any mistakes that the usual top three have issues with in the race sometimes. So, who knows? It might be very good points for the Ferrari boys. We'll see if they can get some good points here today.
That's been a recurring theme, wasn't it? Ferrari guys killing it the last few races.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, race day yet to set a lap. We're assuming that race day is going to be right on up there with Dace and Palmer. Dace actually having about 4/10 of a lap faster than Palmer currently. So yeah, Palmer's definitely got some work to do if he wants to get pole position.
Yeah, a nice, comfortable 4/10 gap for Dace, who has been very strong in qualifying this year. Looks like that may continue with Ferrari ahead going into the pits there as Calirob rounds the final corner to complete his lap. That'll be a 1:28.0, just ahead of Johnny Golf, who said today that he was feeling like having his elbows out and being aggressive, he said in the chat.
We don't want to get them out too much.
Well, that's what I said. I said this could be an example of top 10 quotes, moments before disaster or moments before Bozo of the week. We'll see.
We need to make
Nicky's back
at some point. We need to make a like a montage of Bozo of the week worthy moments from the season or something.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
I do like that idea. That's a
Maybe
very
hand
good
out
idea.
like a end of the season, like bozo of the season award or whatever, and then kind of like get put together the montage of like the candidate, the different candidates, and then from there just hand out. I don't know, just an idea, just throwing it out there. That'd be kind
Mhm.
of cool.
Yeah, well, we have our. I've never displayed it on stream or in the chat or to anybody, but we do have a Bozo of the Week championship that is being kept track of. Um,
As Dusty
so
actually jumps over Stewie. I'm sorry to cut you off there, real quick.
I don't know.
Uh, Yet
Some
again, the
some
Ferrari
things are
guys
more important.
showing that they can hold their own. I mean, Dusty, just a couple of tenths off of Palmer's time. So and Brett drives fast, splitting the Ferraris right now.
Yeah, the racing balls are up there as well. All of a sudden, I mean, got Palmer. We're used to him being up there, but very good lap from Brett drives fast. It would seem we could have a fun little battle between the Red Bulls and the Ferraris in the race. At least I hope so, because that'd be quite interesting. We've got Dace in the second sector on his out lap. What's going down with race day?
Race day is currently on the lap right
He
now.
is on a lap. Coming into the third sector, a little bit of a lock up there. He misses the apex ever so slightly. Oh, that looked like he washed out wide a little bit there. Car just didn't seem to grip. Over the bumps he goes. I don't know why he had the overtake mode on there. That was a rather strange place to have it on, I feel like, but don't know. He's quicker than me, so I won't question it. At least he usually is. We'll see on this lap what's going down. DRS open on the back of Race Day's Red Bull. And Race Day is right up there in the Bozo Championship as well. You'll want to try and avoid Bozo of the Week this time around. Through the final corner we go, and across the finish line, that's P4. 126.9, so he gets himself into the 126s, just ahead of Brett Drives Fast. Very close, though. Got Palmer causing the yellow there as he got out of the way for somebody, I assume. And Dace has begun his lap.
Yeah, this is looking. I mean, anything can happen, right? There's still 5 minutes left in the session, so anything can happen. But man, yeah, this is looking like a pretty big battle for P2 currently. Seemingly, if Dace is able to break away at the beginning of the race and maintain his pole position right now, ooh, yeah, this could be one of those where Dace just dominates.
Yeah, we will see because I mean, got Palmer usually tends to have decent race pace. So this is the thing with the thing with qualifying is you can put it on pole by a second as Dace loses the car there. You won't improve on this lap, I don't think. You can put it on pole by a second, but you're still starting the same distance from the car in P2 as you would be if you only out qualified them by a tenth. So it's one thing to get the car on pole; it's another thing to actually get out of the DRS and make your escape from the guys behind. So
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it. I want to say 2 times for sure where Dace had a very very big gap in quali, but then come race time, it was very close between Palmer, Dace, and even race day. So yeah, although this track can be very very tricky, especially once the tire wear starts kicking in. Sector one feels horrible once the tire deck comes into play.
yeah, it's I feel like it has a little bit more grip than it did on the last game, if I'm correct in thinking. But Miami's not got the best grip either, has it? So it can be pretty easy, I suppose, to exceed the slip of the tires and start getting some wear, especially on the rears. But we'll see. It's exciting to not know quite what to expect as Adab jumps over the chicane now in his outlap. And everybody else is in the pits. It's a clean track today. So there's a McLaren that's just come out now of Fried Cheeto. Um, but we've got just Adab to focus on. No pressure.
And Adub's just been kind of quiet. Um, this time around. Hasn't really been putting himself up there in that like P4, P5 spot, that he's normally been. Um, although in the race, he's had a lot more consistency, I would say, in the race. Apart from, I think it was last week or maybe the week before, where he had some issues, picked up a little bit of damage, and had a pit. But definitely want to keep an eye on for sure, especially in this midfield right here. A-Dub looking to improve.
Yeah, up ever so slightly on his time, not by a whole lot though, and he'll need to bring more than that out of the lap if he wants to elevate himself up from P7. And he'll probably need an improvement as well just to keep that P7, because I'd imagine Calibob and Shuri Coleslaw are probably looking at his time thinking it's definitely an achievable goal for them. Through the very technical third sector, and yeah, he gets it all wrong there.
Yeah, he seemed to be struggling a lot last lap as well. I believe it's the same spot that he invalidated at. So yeah, that that little a little section there definitely not being kind to him. Oh, as I'm not sure what that was.
It's okay.
Almost loses the car there, but just to keep it out of the wall. Everyone is gearing up for their final attempt right now.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look who is sort of which contender is furthest forward. I think race day.
I'm gonna call it right now. I think if one of the usual top three guys, Days, Palmer, or Race Day, can actually just hook up a lap and be right on where hit their marks, I think we're gonna see 25-8. 25-8. That's what I'm gonna call. What do you think poll's gonna be?
I wanna predict pole to be a 1 minute 26.123.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't think people are gonna
We'll see.
improve?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'll take the high and you can take the low, and we'll see. I don't. I mean, I feel like Dace is the only one really close to that. I'm not sure got Palmer or someone is going to gain like 8/10 by nailing their lap.
That's true. Although I mean, I wasn't riding on board with any of Palmer's laps, to be fair. So, uh, as actually Palmer with nearly 5/10 on his lap right now through sector 2, and picking up a toe. Wow, picking up a very nice toe there.
This is why I'm going to get immediately proven wrong.
Yeah, it seems that way. Palmer crossing the line now and hits. Okay,
Bang!
okay, okay. Well, your prediction already out the window.
Well, it's still closer than yours.
Yeah. Now I got Dace to try to help me out here. Oh, that was a very good time.
Race day is half a second off. So it's going to be all eyes on Dace. He now knows he needs to improve if he wants to take pole. He was looking pretty
And he is
comfortable.
improving just a little bit. He's improving just a bit.
But can Dace take pole here?
The flying fish. What can the McLaren driver do here?
Shit. I don't want to ruin the. Okay, we're okay. We recovered. That wasn't the right keybind. Oh no.
Oh, and just
He
misses out
can't
on
get it.
pole. Dace with a 26.037. Palmer with a 26.022. Wow. Very, very, very tight stuff there between those two.
That was one hell of a lap by Palmer. I almost completely ruined the suspense of Dace. I hit the wrong button and then I realised it and I had to change it back, and we got back to the mid-race
Oh my
theme
god.
just in
Yeah,
time.
I seen that.
I wanted it, yeah. God damn it. Okay, I think that's everything. So I think we can hop over to have a look at the championship standings. So our update standings going into this obviously has Dace in P1, we've got Palmer in P2 and Sui in P3. Masui doing very well indeed. Dace looking pretty comfortable, 99 points ahead of got Palmer, who is 53 points ahead of Sui, and then Sui is 57 points ahead of Sharia. So, I mean, that can change with a few DNFs and some bad results, but see, race day, interestingly enough, in P5, with 3 DNFs, 2 did not start, and the races he has finished, he's got second, and first, which clearly gives you a lot of points, enough points to be ahead of Nicky. I have a look at the constructors. It's McLaren in P1 with 449 points going into this weekend, with Scuderia Ferrari right behind and Visa Cash App right behind them, which we know is going to be a fight. Only 4.5 points between Ferrari and the Racing Bulls, so that's definitely one to keep an eye on. I think that's going to be the closest constructors fight we see. But we do have the Williams team as well, Nicky and Sharia, just behind them as well, so could be a 3-team battle for P2. It would take a lot for McLaren to throw this one away, just because Dace has just been so dominant. Yeah.
Yeah, McLaren definitely being in form for sure. I mean, just like real life, McLaren just seemingly dominating the the points now. And I mean that's being translated over into Coleslaw Cup for sure. I mean, the McLaren boys definitely doing well for themselves there. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting constructors fight between the Ferraris and the Racing Bulls there. Um, and I mean, I'm not gonna count out the Williams guys. If some craziness can happen, right? Some very, very unfortunate 2, 3 bad luck races from either of those teams ahead of them, and say they get lucky, the Williams boys get lucky with some very, very solid points finishes, and hey, they're right back in it. So you never know.
Yeah, we will have to wait and see. I'm trying to find
And
the
speaking
heat
of
map.
real quick of never know, I want to say in quali right now, like from P3 down to P7 or 8, it was so tight. It was so close. So that's gonna be very interesting to see right now.
Just to let me know when we're about to get underway, and I'll have to come back. Looking at the calendar at the minute, as I need to try and see
Yep.
how the
Oh,
hell
you're
we get
good.
this going. No, is it here? Ah, it is here. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's what I was looking for. All right. Hopefully, if I hit this button here,
Ooh.
we
Next
should no
week
longer
we're
be
gonna be
looking at
going
the.
around the streets of Baku, huh? Okay.
Always a fun one,
That's
always a chaotic one.
yeah.
Love to see it. Let's just have a little test run real quick. Oh, come on, you bugger.
I actually really enjoy racing, or well, I should say, I used to enjoy racing around Baku a lot. Even though on certain games I wasn't the quickest around there, but I don't know, just something about the track. It's very fun. It's flowy. Yeah, every single time that I go by the castle section, I always just hope for the best, man. I just clench my cheeks and hope for the best.
I think we'll see at least one or two victims of that. I think
Yeah, hopefully not safety car simulator there.
yeah, we'll see. I might not get to bed until 6 in the morning. We will have to wait and see. Can I? Oh,
We just started the formation lap now.
copy. We are checking. Can't.
Head down, stay focused. The thing too right now, as we're on the formation lap, is the fact that it was so insanely close right there between Palmer and Dace for pole position. That's definitely going to be messing with Dace a little bit, I feel like, just because Dace knows. Okay, I want to say that a lot of the time Palmer has the better overall race pace. Unless he picks up 20 seconds worth of penalties, and obviously he lets his frustration get to him, and yeah. But when he keeps it clean and everything's all good, Palmer has some very, very, very scary race pace. And so Dace definitely knows that, and he knows that he's gonna have to try to get ahead of him and try to break away very, very soon. Otherwise, it's gonna be a long battle for P1 there. It's gonna be interesting too to see if Dusty, if he can manage to keep up with Dace and Palmer and stay in that DRS, because if Dusty's able to stay in the DRS of those two, everybody else right behind him was so insanely close in quali that it's gonna be a massive train. So, that'll be pretty fun to see how things unfold right now.
Oh, it's so broken.
They're lining up now on the grid.
Yeah, everything is so broken. Okay.
Hey VTech, what's up? Welcome.
It should be working now, for the most part. Oh, it's stuck on the pause menu. Oh my goodness gracious me. I should be able to hold that and
Bienvenido
then go
VTech.
away.
Wow, it's taking forever for the lights to get started there.
It's
Well, I'm glad that you got that sorted for.
it's, it's not sorted on my end. Just, it looks okay for the stream.
This might be a lobby restart. Uh, yeah, it's looking like it's bugged out.
It's all so broken for me. Why is it making noise?
How are you doing today, VTech? Everything all good with you?
Oh, I give up. This isn't going to fix itself
Yeah,
unless I
it's
restart my
over.
game.
Not much, man. Not much. Just chilling. Here, sitting here in the comms box with Will here at Miami.
I'm a Sigma
pretty chill.
Alpha male.
I can't get it. The soundboard is stuck on my screen. The overlay is glitched. So if I do like anything with the mouse, it just plays a fucking soundboard clip. And the soundboard wheel is like taking up most of my screen.
Well,
And the
we
button
are doing
supposed
a
to get rid of
lobby
it doesn't
restart.
work. So yeah, well, let's go and have a look at the starting soon screen and view ourselves for a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to restart your whole game.
Yeah, I kind of think I need to. So that needs to go up to there. That goes up to about there, I think. Say something, Sconesy.
Yep. Hello.
That's about right. I think we're about level there. Okay, we're back again. We had a lobby restart. Should hopefully be going soon. Yo, guess what? Dace
What's up?
has finally given himself a flag.
Wow, that is
Mm,
actually
No
pretty
longer a
pretty big
citizen of
news.
nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's man. That's Coleslaw Cup history right there. Dace finally swapping over to the American flag after being Mr. Worldwide for very,
Ironically, he
very
gets to
long.
Miami, he realizes in Miami there's only one Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah,
And
that's what it is.
it
Yeah,
ain't Dace from Indiana.
that's exactly what it is. He didn't want no beef with the actual Mr. Worldwide.
Uh, You'd come home and Pitbull set the roof on fire. Can't do that. Also, ironically, we've got no fireballer, so there's no fireball. Do, 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 do. Ooh, do, 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 do.
Oh, but as it looks like we are getting back underway. Are they gonna have to do formation lap again? Let me see.
I believe so.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have to do another formation lap.
Got to make sure we're
Hopefully it
all in
doesn't mess up.
formation, man. We have to give people time to adjust strategies and things as well.
Yeah.
Only just recently found out that the Miami College football team plays in that stadium as well. Not just the NFL team.
I
It's a very
wouldn't know
unique
that.
stadium.
I
Yeah,
think
well, I
it's a
didn't know.
pretty cool design. It is very
Hmm.
unique though.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if we hopefully don't get any more weird bugs going on. That would not be ideal here tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we say it every time about the fucking
I mean, it is
how
Codemasters,
unstable the
right? I
game
mean,
is. I mean, I don't know any other games that are this bad with their stability, but it's like beating a dead horse at this point. I mean, I've mentioned it so many bloody times.
yeah.
It's not like Codemasters are gonna go listen to me, is it? So
Yeah, this Will guy, just casting Coleslaw Cup. They're
imagine
gonna
they come running into
tune
the
in and
office. Guys, quick. Will Hans said something about our connectivity issues. Like, oh no, we're gonna actually have to try this year. I'm even gonna have time to sort my
yeah,
camera.
we were trying to we were we were trying to see if we would have uh what's his name again?
I called him Cook Buckets, but I don't think that's a very
Yeah. No, I was gonna say Cuck, but
Cook Brooks, something like
yeah, Cuck Brooks.
that.
I don't even know. I
You could
think I
send
think
him
he's
a
off in
reminder
vacation.
message if you want. Anyway, I'll send him an invite actually. Maybe he'll. Imagine Cook Brooks joins and glitches the game out.
Oh man, that
Oh,
would
I
be
can't send him an
horrible.
invite. Can you send him an invite? My stuff's being goofy.
Yeah.
Fireball. Do, 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 do. Woohoo, do, 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 do. I'm on fire. What the hell? Oh, I know what that is. Okay.
Got some pretty
I
good
can.
storylines here, that are yet to unfold in this race. I mean, can Palmer best Dace? That's a very big thing. Can race day, seemingly struggling in quali, can race day manage to pick up the pace in actual race pace and give Palmer and Dace a run for their money? Uh,
Oh, it looks. I put my camera on. It looks
another
hella yellow for some reason.
another
We're
thing as
getting
well
yellow
is
up in here.
can Dusty stick with the front two and pull everybody else along? That was very 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 close in quali there. Uh, Sharia as well. I mean, Sharia having a very good race last week. Um, even though starting P7 right now, anything can happen and will happen. So
I'm
see if
about
Sharia can
to.
make up a few positions.
About to complete the Miami look on the cam. I just got my cam on now.
Oh, now the lobby's gonna crash. Watch.
I hope not. Oh wait, no, it's Miami, right? So we're gonna put the cap on like this, and then we've got the shades. Hell yeah, dude! This is weird. I'm rolling. I've got no idea what this even looks like. Why? What is the camera angles, bro? Anyway, 5 red lights. On board with Race Day, lights out, and away we go. Race Day gets a better start than Lusky, but then he gets no acceleration, a lot of wheel spin off the line. We've got side-by-side action into turn 1 between Dace and got Palmer. A little lock up there. That's Sui. No, Lusky, sorry, that's around. Race Day up into third place, still following behind Dace, who is behind got Palmer, who has retained the lead on lap 1. Lusky falling all the way down the field after that spin. I'm not entirely sure if he had some contact from behind or what exactly it was that caused that.
It
Sharia making
honestly
his way
just
past
looked
Caliber.
like
He gets run off the
Dusty
track.
had a rear lockup.
And then we've got Caliber trying to hold it around the outside. Is he going to get a better exit here than Sharia? This could invite A-Dub into the fold as well. He doesn't have to worry about anybody alongside him going for any sort of move. So he's going to be watching this one with a lot of interest. Plus, we've lost all our settings because of the issue before. A-Dub looks to go down the inside on Sharia. He thinks about it, doesn't quite go for it. And we've still got Palmer leading the way. Dace in P2.
Yeah, and that was very, very unfortunate for the Ferrari driver there of Dusty having that rear lockup. It seemed like it didn't look like he made contact with anybody, so that looks like a self error there. Very unfortunate, very frustrating for sure. I'm sure the Ferrari driver right now is just trying to settle back into a rhythm.
It's more unfortunate for
And
me, if anything, because Lusky's in weird shit, and we know what the rule is with weird shit spins.
oh, is it time? It's time.
We're not doing it twice. Fried Cheeto, you more like fried bozo. Come on, man. 10-second time penalty, speeding into the pit lane. Yeah, so I filled this all the way up last time. I being an idiot and not realizing it was a double shot, which should have been apparently obvious if I was paying attention. But since when have I ever paid attention? So do half this time. Okay. Got yellow flags for those guys coming out of the pit
It
lane.
looked like a McLaren.
It's fried Cheeto, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. To Dusty's inability to keep it in a straight line.
Oh,
Not as
and
bad as
race
last
day
time.
already almost breaking out of DRS right now from Sui. Actually, wow. Race day had a massive sector 2 there. Sui seemed to struggle a bit. Unfortunately, fell out of DRS now with Brett now trying to line
There
up a
goes
move
Dace.
on Sui.
Down the inside goes Dace. On got Palmer for the lead of this race. I got Palmer. He's not going to be able to defend it, but he might be able to get the switch back. Dace with a little bit of a lockup. Race day watching on interestedly. in the background, and got Palmer is going to get the DRS here as well. He's got the slipstream. Dace makes a slight movement to the inside, doesn't commit to it though, and he's going to lead through turn 1. Goodness me.
Yeah, and Race Day is definitely trying to put all the pressure right now on God Palmer, trying to force Palmer into a error. Hopefully, he doesn't get a little too over eager there and keeps it as clean as possible. Uh, Man, yeah, both of the Dace and Palmer, sitting around the same ERS, actually.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
If Race Day wants to try
Race
not
Day.
to win the Bozo of the Week championship, he needs to make sure he has a clean race. Here we got Sharia putting pressure on Calirob and not going for the move. A-Dub just behind them. Gunner not too far away from Johnny Golf as well. Johnny Golf, Mr. Aggressive. You better watch out, Gunner. He might show you a consequence, Chuck Blazing style.
Yeah. Very,
I hate getting pinged on Discord when I'm doing a commentary because it's like I'm getting distracted. Fried Cheeto gets passed by Knuckles. It was in Coleslaw Cup where I got pinged, actually. Who the
it
hell?
seems as Sui right now is kind of in no man's land. Front three pulling away from him, but then he's slowly starting to pull away from Brett. Drives fast, and Brett's gonna start coming under pressure right now from Calirob. Calirob having a pretty decent opening few laps here so far, making up 2 positions so far. Sharia trying to get into the DRS right now of Calirob to try to get into that fight for P5. And A-Dub as well, all over the back of Sharia right now as well. Actually trying to line up an overtake right now. It's looking like he's going for it. Yeah, down the inside goes A-Dub right now on Sharia.
Yeah, looks like it should be pretty easy with the DRS as well, as long as he can keep his braking under control, get the car slowed down, and he does just that. So that's a nice overtake there for A-Dub, but elevates himself up into P7. I think we may see him and Sharia swapping positions a little bit. I'm not sure if that was just lag on my end there, or if that was...
I don't know. I
You
saw that too.
seem...
It looked like
Yeah,
he
he
tapped the
almost
wall
jumped off the
there.
track, yeah. I think it was just a little lag spike from him then, I guess, if you're seeing it as well.
Yeah, I just his front wing looks intact, so
Yeah, I think it was just a
could have
bit
just been some
of
sort
lag.
of
I don't think that's what he
yeah.
saw on his screen. Yeah, so the top
I would have
three,
been shitting myself if I saw that.
top three very close together. This is what I mentioned before with qualifying. It doesn't matter how far ahead you qualify, really, because it's difficult around here to break that gap with all the straights and the DRS zones, and most of the lap you're in a slipstream, so it can be a little bit tricky through these S's, but the DRS is quite powerful along that back straight, and this straight we have here is Race Day gets a little bit of oversteer, loses a bit of time, but should have the DRS to hopefully bring himself back into contention with the front guys again.
Yeah, as the top two definitely making Race Day push a little bit more than he probably wants to right now. Just a couple laps ago, Race Day had a lot more ERS compared to Dace and Palmer, and now seemingly in the same boat now as the 2 guys ahead of him. So all 3 of them around the same ERS levels. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. You know,
And we
it's
saw,
always these 3 guys. It's always these 3 right here, just duking it out every single race, for the most part, and it's fun, right? I mean, it's great to watch. Just hopefully no shenanigans happen. Like I want to say Austria. Yeah, it was Austria
not
where
sure Sharia breaks himself there. We saw an overtake earlier on in the lap. His front line got his way past Sharia. We've got Lusky and Johnny Golf battling as well. Johnny Golf not aggressive enough to keep Lusky behind. And Sharia outbroke himself a little bit going into the hairpin corner, trying to get his way back past front line again, but he failed to do so, and he's lost touch with A-Dub as well now. So Wonder if Sharia has any damage or just a lack of pace, or I don't see
Yeah, I'm not sure
any cause
what
for
happened
concern
there.
visually. But
Since Frontline got ahead of Sharia, I don't know. Maybe Sharia had a moment, or I'm not sure.
yeah,
Doesn't
got
look like he
Palmer
has any
gets
damage.
close enough to Dace, but not close enough. He's almost pushing him through this sector though. Calirob on Brett tries fast. He makes the move. Sharia does get his way past Frontline as well. So a few little battles going on through the field, mostly down at that left-hander there at the end of that first straight. Ado picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him. Brett could shape up a move here on Calirob, but Calirob is just being kept in contention by that DRS that he has from Sui. Raystay only a couple of tenths behind Palmer as well. Those front three, you could throw a blanket over them. They are that close, and we'll jump on board with Raystay actually, because maybe he's close enough to go for a move, and nope, don't think so. Back on board with Brett, or maybe even Frontline, because he's almost pushing Sharia through that corner. Frontline could go for a move here. He's
It's
got the
very
slipstream.
difficult. It's very difficult to try to line up a move into turn one. Like,
He's
yeah,
going to get it.
you get slipstream.
Down the inside he goes. Sharia can only watch. Can he try the switchback? Nope. He runs into a very large Haas in front of him that he can't quite steer his way past. We've got yellow flags. Sector 2. That's
Right,
Fried
Cheeto.
Bozo.
Missing a front wing as well there.
And the soundboard fixed itself. We had it working fine. And then it broke itself again. There's only so much you can do, guys. There we are.
And you know what? Calirob is actually now catching Sui in DRS now, and I think we're going to see a move for P4 here very, very soon.
Yeah. My time
Sui
screen
seems to be
is
struggling
all
a
sorts of
good
messed
bit
up.
in Sector 2 there.
Hopefully my timer screen fixes itself when we cross the start-finish straight, because it is not updated. We've got a spin there. Is that Gunner ADI that had an issue? Not entirely sure. And I think my time screens are fixing themselves when people cross the finish line, so that's a relief. Got Palmer looks maybe a little bit closer to Dace than he has been, by a tenth or two. But it's hard to tell. I mean, it's going to ebb and flow. If you have a corner that isn't perfect, you're going to lose a bit of time, or so on and so forth. Like Raystay just gained a bit there.
You want to talk about being all over the back. I mean, Calirob
Yeah,
is putting
Raystay now.
the pressure right now. And as well, Raystay, yeah, Raystay
Raystay
all
could
over the
go for
back
a
of
move
Palmer.
here. This yellow flag there, I think it might just be a fake one. We've got Raystay going to the outside, trying to make this move here for P2. It's got Palmer and Raystay side by side. Raystay's got to try and go around the outside. Got Palmer with the easier to defend line on the inside, and he's going to fail to make that move. Sui sees the Mercedes of Calirob go flying past him as well. And look at those three. P1, P2, P3. Less than a second separating them all. Who is going to be in P1 at the start of the next lap? It's hard to say. 5 tenths is the gap, and Dace really did get a good exit there, hasn't he? He's really launched himself away.
Yeah.
Maybe he's running slightly lower wings, because it looked closer at the start of the straight than that, honestly. And the DRS that got Palmer has is helping him stay ahead of Raystay, who got a little bit of oversteer there on the exit, so that's not going to help his chances. Got Palmer with a little look to the inside there. I'm sure if he's just trying to fill Dace's mirrors a little bit. Sui just holding on to that second window of Calirob.
Yeah, Sui's starting to struggle big time right now with his tires, which I'm not sure if they're supposed to be going off that bad already, or yeah, I don't know, but Calirob seemingly turning it up a notch in pace, and yeah, trying to secure that P4 right now.
And got Palmer could be near enough this time around. He's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream, he looks to the inside. No. Has to stay behind. Raystay overshoots it though with a brake in, locks the rears, nearly loses the car. He manages to bundle it back together again and not lose too much time. So well held there by Raystay. And as it stands, the Red Bulls, the Racing Bulls, will be grabbing that P2 in the Constructors' Championship away from Ferrari.
The launch that Dace gets out of that corner onto that long straight is insane.
It's obscene.
Dace
Yeah.
has that super nailed down. It's crazy. It's crazy. Palmer just has nothing for him. It doesn't even matter how close Palmer is leading up to that. As soon as we get to that corner, Dace is just like a rocket ship out of there.
Yep, Nicky pretty close to the back of Johnny Golf. Nicky could go for a move here. Johnny Golf weaving like an absolute mongol. What is he doing, man? What are you doing, man? You're just being silly. Just being silly. That's all that is.
Yeah, that was.
What was
and
that?
Nicky actually having a little bit of a moment there. That's gonna give Johnny Golf another run. Johnny Golf trying to go around the outside in the turn one, and they make
They
slight
might switch
contact.
wheels there, yeah. Oh, I like this. This is good, isn't it? Got Johnny
Yeah,
Golf
that's
and Nicky
pretty-
side by side. Johnny Golf
yeah.
goes for a little bit of a switchback here, using the slipstream, trying to get a run here on Nicky. I'm not sure. I mean, Johnny Golf, you're allowed to make one movement and then a move back to the racing line. We've got to change up at P1. The one lap that we aren't watching them down that straight, they finally make the damn move. But Dace is going to probably get that insane launch again. And this is difficult because as a commentator, I should be watching the battle for P1 and P2, but also I want to see what acts of absolute terrorism Johnny Golf commits on Nicky. But we'll watch Dace. And yeah, see, Palmer got a decent launch. You could see the Concertina effect kick in there, but Dace is still well within range here. He's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream, he's going to move. Is he? No, he's not going to go for it just yet.
Nah,
He lifts off.
lives. Yeah.
He's going to wait for now.
Let's see if Johnny Golf can
And
make
he's
a
not.
move.
Yeah, he's not near enough. So let's go watch Johnny Golf murder innocent civilians. To the inside he goes. DRS open. This should be pretty straightforward.
Innocent civilian, huh? Wow. Okay.
Nicky locks up a little bit there. He's got almost side by side with Johnny Golf on the exit of the corner. Look at the exit he's going to get here.
We have our first.
He's going to go to the inside. No, he's going to go to the outside. Johnny Golf didn't leave him much space, but he found the space anyway. Johnny Golf locking up again there, but
That should have been Nicky's move there.
I just didn't get it done.
Yeah, Nicky just couldn't make it stick there. Very, very unfortunate. That would have been a pretty nice overtake. And as all that action was going on, we had A-Dub and Dusty into the pits, swapping for the hards for both drivers. Yeah, for both drivers. So
Nicky has the DRS here. Oh, I really hope this carries on all race because this is going to be so entertaining. Moves to the inside. Johnny Golf is going to have to let him by here, I feel like. He's going to try and outbrake him around the outside. I don't think there's anything he can do there, though. Might look for the switchback, but loses the rear, and that's Nicky's position, at least for the moment. Dace is just pushing Got Palmer through these corners, and then Got Palmer still manages to get a good getaway. Dace, though, surely he can go for this move here. He doesn't want to, though. He lifts off again. Elects to stay behind.
I probably would have gone for it that lap myself.
This is the sort of boring driving that reminds me of Mystic Joker.
You know, sometimes you got to do it. You just have to try to think about the long game. Maybe not necessarily the most entertaining strategy, but
I kind of forgot Race Day was around. I haven't said his name for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he was 2 tenths behind Dace, so he's going to be getting involved. That might give Dace a little bit of a hurry up. And a lot of pit stops happening now.
To see. Yeah, I was just gonna say it's gonna be interesting to see which one of the leading cars opts to pit in first, or if they just all jump into the pits right away together. So
I'm not
surely
sure if
one of them is gonna come in this lap.
I'm not sure if it was a mistake there or a difference in line, but we saw Got Palmer and Dace take drastically different lines through that section. Not sure if you noticed that.
Race Day actually got a really good launch out of that corner, and you know what? The DRS
it almost looked like he lifted. I don't know what even happened there. I think it was just that Dace got so much speed there from the slipstream Race Day almost just goes into the back of got Palmer. Dace has got that move done for P1, at least for the time being, but Dace is going to then pit.
And
Race
Day
Day's
as
going to
well.
follow him, and got Palmer is crying. He's been hung out to dry here. This might not be great for him. And here goes Johnny Golf, trying to make a move on Nicholas. Does make the move on Nicky, who tucks back into the slipstream, but there's not much you can do there without the DRS.
Yeah, Palmer's got to absolutely lock in right now and produce a very, very solid lap. Otherwise, yeah, he's going to lose 2 positions and potentially like a couple of seconds, maybe come out a couple seconds behind those guys.
May have made Say's very own famous dark elixir here. Everyone had of things to drink, so just throw them all in and see what happens. Calibob is up into P2 now, as a result of those pit stops. We've got Frontline right behind Lusky as well. Nicky not too far away from Johnny Golf as well. Let's jump on board with those guys, see if they can do anything entertaining. Nicky's going to go for the move here. Insane closing speeds there from the Williams of Nicky, but Johnny Golf is still there on the outside. I feel like he's not going to be able to hang on to that one, and he can't.
Yeah, I mean, as Nicky has a little bit of a moment there.
And Brett picks up a 3-second.
Brett, yep, picking up a 3-second pen there. But even with that moment there that Nicky had, he actually had a very good exit onto the long straight there. So far, we'll be able to defend from Johnny Golf.
Yeah, and Dace just lost the position there to Race Day. Race Day might be into the net race lead here. But we're going to see Got Palmer coming out of the pits. Got Palmer comes out ahead of them. Only just, but Race Day with insane momentum here. Dace gets a great view of what's going on here, and Race Day is going to take P1, or is he? Because Palmer is still there alongside. Palmer's going to fight this one out on colder tyres. Race Day manages to carry the speed, but he gets up on the curb a little bit there and loses the rear end ever so slightly. That might invite Got Palmer to close the gap down a little bit more as well. Now all of them are going to have DRS, except for Race Day. Got Palmer could look to make the move here. He's got to watch out for Dace behind as well. He's going to use the slipstream. He's going to use the DRS. This should be an easy move, but what is going to happen with Dace? Can he try and follow him through? I think he's going to be a little bit too far behind. Can Race Day fight this one back down the inside? No, he can't. He's going to have to settle for where he is currently. We've got Dace passing his now lapped teammate there as well. Johnny Golf makes his way. Oh, God, Sui absolutely barrels down the inside. Overshoots it a little bit. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I feel like Johnny Golf went for the move there on Nicky, and then Sui then sent it. But I like that attitude from Sui, because he knows he can't be getting caught up and slowed down by these guys, who, from his perspective in this race, are bozos. He needs to get his way past them. Dace and Race Day almost look like they're in a safety car queue here. They're pushed up behind each other like shopping carts outside of a supermarket. And they're going to have to stay in that orientation into turn 1, because nobody gets a good enough run to make a move. Will Johnny Golf get a good enough run to make a move on Sui, who has passed him for P5? It would be silly to go for the move, but it's also Johnny Golf, and Silly is his middle name. Johnny Silly Golf, that's his full name.
It seemed like Johnny had lifted a little bit earlier, or broke a little earlier than he normally does there. So I don't think he's gonna go for anything too crazy there. I think he knows his battle right now is with Nicky, but we'll see. We'll see if he tries to get involved.
And my God, does he intend to fight that battle?
Yeah, I think those two are.
Oh, Race Day got Palmer swap around.
I think those two are gonna be having a race-long battle there, and hopefully they can keep it clean.
Yeah, Race Day had a big lock-up when he made
Brett
that move.
actually gets around Nicky right now.
Brett needs to get by, and he's going to try and go for it on Johnny Golf. They do tap and make a little bit of contact. What on earth is going on here? They're still side by side.
Oh,
Johnny Golf is ahead for the time being. Nicky is around the outside. All sorts of action is going on. Dace is now side by side with Got Palmer for P3. Race Day will be enjoying the sights of that, both of them with the DRS. It's a drag race, and it looks like they both have pretty similar top speeds. Down the inside goes Dace. Got Palmer on the outside is going to be forced down a position, but can he re-overtake Race day setting the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, race day knowing that Dace and God Palmer are battling it out right now, trying everything that he can to break out of the DRS, but I don't know. It's tough. It's very very tough. Break out of the DRS around this track, and Dace seemingly having a better sector one here, made up a couple tenths. So, yeah, actually, yeah, made up a lot of ground in sector one compared to race day. So, yeah, that unfortunately did not work out there for race day, as Dace is right up on the gearbox again, and the battle continues.
Yeah, it's a full switcheroo from these guys. Before, if we saw Got Palmer leading with Dace in P2 and Race Day in P3, and they've all swapped over. Calirob enjoying life on his own out front. He'll be hoping for a safety car, surely. And we've got an issue there with Knuckles. Dace and Race Day swapping positions. Dace now is taking a net P1, which is P2 on the track. Race Day has got Palmer closing in on him, but not fast enough to pose a threat into the hairpin. Brett on Johnny Golf.
Yeah.
Should be a pretty easy move for him. To the inside he goes using the DRS.
I thought Johnny Golf would have defended a little bit more, but yeah, I guess not.
Yep, A-Dub gaining a lot on the brakes there. A little mistake there from Brett. And now suddenly A-Dub is right involved. Johnny Golf is going to duck into the pits, though. A-Dub is going to get a nice help in a DRS down this little straight. Probably doesn't give you much time with how short it is, but maybe a tenth or so. I don't know. How much would you estimate that DRS gives you on that little pit straight there?
I would say probably like a tenth and a half. Yeah, tenth and a half. Nothing too crazy, because it is a very short straight.
I feel like you could probably have it going on through the corner, to be honest. I wonder if you could have it on through that kink, that left kink. You know, when you come out of the hairpin and then you go left and then right. I wonder if you could have it on through the left. These cars have a hell of a lot of downforce. Nicky might spin, but I think everybody else would be okay.
I think I would rather have it, or actually, yeah, I could see that. You're talking about out of the final corner, yeah, or well,
the final hairpin, at the end of the straight,
yeah.
Just after that detection point, I feel like you could go back through that left.
Brett make a little bit of contact right now, banging wheels a little bit. A-Dub actually keeping it on the inside, going in. Okay.
Absolutely crazy place to be side by side.
Wow, yeah, you don't see that too often there.
But if A-Dub is pinched to the inside through the left, it means he can't hit the curb and completely cut the corner on the right, which was his issue through qualifying, so maybe it's a good thing. Calirob into the pits finally cedes the race lead to Dace. These three just all over each other as they have been all the way through this race. Safe to say that Dace does not escape the DRS and dominate this race from lap one.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do it a couple of times this season where he just has insane race pace, that matches the quali pace that he had. But yeah, I mean, we knew that Palmer for sure was gonna have very good race pace. Managed to produce a very, very, very solid lap that only just beat Dace for pole position. And race day, even though he struggled a bit in quali for sure, but I mean, you can never count out race day. Race day always has very solid race pace. When he can keep it together and not do anything silly or whatever, then yeah, definitely a threat.
Yeah, and we're going to see episode 27,000 of the Johnny Golf versus Nicky show. To the inside goes Nicky with the DRS open. I'm not sure Johnny Golf can fight that one now. Even Johnny Golf can't send anything audacious enough to threaten Nicky into that corner. He's going to have to stay tucked up behind. I wanted to get an off-board view, but we've just got a different on-board view, and you guys, you're going to have to deal with it. Hello. Goodbye. Race day very close behind Dace. The field really getting stretched out now as well.
That's going to be crucial for these guys too. The top three, the way that they're battling it out, that they don't get a little too overeager.
This could be a move here for
They
Johnny
got to
Golf.
be very, very careful with warnings.
Johnny has the DRS here. It doesn't look to be giving him much of an advantage, though, as we were saying about the straight being so short. He's going to try it around the outside. Anyway, the suspense is killing me as we get the worst camera angle known to man. They did make contact there. They were both ghosted. And Nicky is going to have to cede that position to Johnny Golf. I'm not entirely sure what happened there through turn one. We were waiting with bated breath from that camera angle to see what was going to occur. And we missed out completely on what was going to occur. We just got to see the aftermath, so wasn't that great? Thank you very much, camera directors. We shipped them in from Monaco, I suppose, just for this race. Johnny Golf takes a really wide line there. I feel like Nicky might get the better exit there because he gets to go on the power a lot earlier. Through that corner, he would have been powering over the apex, and he's going to get the DRS here and the slipstream. What can Johnny Golf do? Not very much. He's going to have to just say goodbye to Nicky for the time being and probably hope to pass him in a similar fashion to that which he has just been passed with. Dace still P1, race day just behind him, and got Palmer just behind him. I could just record that and play that on loop for the next 5 laps probably, right? And Caliber picks up the fastest lap of this race. Unbelievable strategy call by Caliber, by the way. He's got himself in an amazing position. He must have had very good pace to have pulled that off. He's now the fastest car on the track, and he's in P4, 5 seconds ahead of Sui, who has driven relatively well, I would say.
Yeah.
Another thing I would pick up on is that we don't really seem to have a standout for Bozo of the week. I would say maybe
not yet. At least, I mean, there's still a few laps to go.
Got
So you
Palmer.
never know.
Got Palmer. Looks the rears. Got Palmer on sideways again. Keeping it together. Just because I said we don't have
Almost
Bozo of
falling
the
out
week, I
DRS
didn't say we were hosting tryouts. I think he's gonna lose the DRS there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he locked the rears going into the heavy braking zone. He locked the rears.
Actually, no, he did get DRS. Oh wait, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
And then he caught it, recovered it, and then lost the rears again. Yeah, to get back to my previous point, I'd say Johnny Golf, but I mean, Johnny Golf said in the chat that he was going to be aggressive, and then he was aggressive. So, I mean, I kind of got to respect it. He stuck to his word. He proclaimed Bozosity, and he followed through with it. So.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at that. That's for sure.
Don't hate the game, hate the player, because the player is still Johnny Golf at the end of the day, no matter what he does. The McLaren of Day is going a little bit wide, or not really wide, but definitely a different choice of line. The race day
definitely has to push right now, just a little bit to make sure that he stays in the DRS, and then he can kind of go back to.
He's got it, and we've got race day trying to go for the move here. He makes a little bit of contact with Dace, it looked like, almost at least anyway, and he's going to take P1 away from Dace for the time being. We've got 8 laps remaining. Race day goes a little bit deep. That would invite Dace to go for a move again if it weren't for the fact that the DRS, the track is so close and tight there that you can't really do anything anyway. We just saw Johnny Golf and Nicky find each other as well through turn 2, and Nicky gets himself up on the curb. Nicky, he's doing well so far. He's doing okay. He's not died. I just worry. Every time he hits a curb, I think, oh, he's going to nicky it. He hasn't nickied it yet. We will see. He's got to make this move here on Johnny Golf, and he should be able to do it pretty easily. Yes, he does.
Just going back and forth like all race long, man.
This is like Brendan Hartley and Marcus Ericsson. Spa 2019?
I
18?
think it was 2019. I think that would be 2019, I want to say. I could be wrong, though.
But yeah, those guys were swapping positions like there was no tomorrow. It was just every single lap down that straight they were swapping position. But they did it in a lot more controlled fashion than the insane actions of Johnny Golf and Nicky. They're very close to each other, and they do yet again there under braking. Johnny Golf gains a lot on the Williams, but not quite enough. And Dace, he looks like he could make a move into turn 1. Excuse me. Ugh.
I think Dace is now gonna kind of. I don't know. If I was him, I would just hang back. I know it's boring, but I would just try to do my best to try to stay behind race day. Try to force race day into mistakes. Try to force him into picking up some warnings. Um, Even if Palmer gets by Dace right now, like that's
Oh,
fine.
Nicky!
Oh, what happened with Nikki?
He did
Oh,
the
he's in a round.
thing. He did the thing that I said he was gonna do, and he just
No.
went and fucking did it, didn't he? You're hopeless, man. I was being supportive today. I was saying I hope Nicky doesn't do what he normally does. Oh god, I'd keep rambling, but I've got to commentate this, I suppose. Race day loses the position too. Oh my god, they're going to be three
Well,
wide. They're going to be three wide almost. Race day and got Palmer side by side. Got Palmer down the inside. Race day turns in anyway, though. They're still side by side. They do make a little bit of contact. Race day gets run off the track there. Nothing untoward, though, I don't think. That was a racing incident in my eyes, I believe. Dace now into P1. Got Palmer P2. Race day P3. And yes,
well, I think we have a
Nicky
candidate now for Bozo of the
VTech
Week.
is so correct. Nicky is Logan. You can take Logan out of the Williams, but you can't take the Logan out of the Nicky in the Williams. I don't know. I didn't think that one through.
I think that one sounded a little bit better in your head.
I didn't. You really overestimate the extent to which I think. Just as a general rule. Oh, good to see. Anyway, come on, Nick. I mean, I've
Well,
got to
so
do.
far,
Does it count?
I'm
Does a
gonna
half
go
spin
ahead and
count?
say that Nikki is Bozo of the Week candidate.
Does a half spin count?
For what? Oh yeah, it does. It does.
I hope I've got enough, to be honest. Running kind of low. I've had this bottle for.
As Palmer side by side with Dace right now, going for the move on down the inside. Seemed a little bit hesitant at first. Didn't seem like he wanted to overtake him, but he just had way too much speed that he kind of had to go for it there.
Got it done in the end. 3, 2, 1.
As now we're getting into the crucial last few laps of the race now, which I don't think any of these guys want to be the leading car heading into the final lap around this track. Man, I think there's definitely gonna be some fireworks in the last couple of laps here.
Yeah, it's going to be absolute chaos. Yeah, I think from about lap 3, we probably could have said that this is how the race was going to be ending with these three. Race day locks the rears into turn 1. That's been an issue. I've noticed that a few times. People locking the rears, especially around here. This race, I've seen it happen a few times now.
Yeah. I know last game and even this game that the braking on with these cars and just like with the handling model, very very weird. Especially on this game, I noticed at least for myself whenever I was playing it when it first released was that the hard braking zones around this track, like I was just locking up way more. Even if I turned it up my brake bias a little bit more than what I normally would have it at, it still wasn't really helping out all that much. Just yeah, I don't know. So I can definitely see how race day and you know some of these other drivers would be having issues braking, but yeah. As race day actually falling further back a little bit. I don't know if he had another moment. Or he's just kind of purposely hanging back, just making sure that he's staying in the DRS and trying to charge up the battery for kind of that final lap attack. We'll see though.
Race day's difference in line there down the straight. These two ahead just taking a normal line. Race day is like all the way to the left, trying to maximize basically how far to the outside he is, make the corner as straight as possible, as it were. Not helping him enough though to be in P1 at the minute. So
Yeah, going into turn 1, you mean? Oh, as race day
race
actually
day.
drifts a little bit. Oh, there's a frustration kicking in, unfortunately, for the Red Bull driver.
Well, he caught it. He's got a few laps left. He does still have the DRS. So it's 1.2 seconds now. We've got race at the front. Dace and got Palmer. Dace to the inside. Got Palmer on the outside. Got Palmer may have to try and just slot in behind Dace there. He couldn't really fight that one back. That's going to help race day though. Those guys going side by side has brought him. It's gained him about 0.4 of a second now actually. Goodness me. We've got a slow Cheeto in sector 1. I think he was just letting lap traffic go by. And I mean, look at the contrast between the two McLarens. The definition of carrying.
Put the team on my back.
Yeah. Indeed. Dace has come a long way since I almost pissed myself laughing at him crashing in Singapore to lose the title to say. Was that 2 seasons ago? I don't even know when that was. Pretty sure that was Coleslaw Cup.
It was.
Do you remember he crashed at the Anderson Bridge? That might be the greatest sporting moment of Coleslaw Cup history. Fried Cheeto. Yep,
Yeah,
slowing down to that
again,
Cuddlecles or someone. It wasn't Cuddlecles, but is that Nicky? Yeah, Nicky. Nicky, who is now 5 seconds away from Johnny Golf, thanks to his own enormously large skill issue. Got Palmer trying to gain. Oh, we've got a fight here between. Oh, something's gone on with A-Dub. You never like to see that. An issue for A-Dub. He's lost a couple of positions there. Doesn't look to be a full
looked
spin.
like he got a little bit too aggressive there with the throttle coming out of turn 2, and then kind of had to save the car there, and that allowed Sharia to get by and Dusty as well. Although, I mean, he was going to lose those positions anyways, just due to the time penalty that he has, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, now race day is right back in this. Here we go, the final couple laps here.
Yeah, as long as you don't make a huge mistake, you can usually bring yourself back into it, and that's what race day has managed to do. It did help that got Palmer and Dace went side by side momentarily as well. It doesn't really matter where you are. I mean, you want to be P1 or P2. I feel like P3, you're kind of a little bit far to try and do something on the last lap. But so much can happen, I mean, someone makes a little mistake and suddenly it's all wide open. These guys have got to be concerned about the lap traffic as well, because it's giving Dace DRS. And if Dace gets that DRS while in P1 on the final lap, he may be able to keep himself up in front. Looking at the track map, I don't think that's going to be the case. Race day losing the rear as well, just pushing a little bit too hard. Maybe the tyres, I would say the tyres going off, but hard tyres going off this early? I feel like probably not.
Nah, probably not. And
probably just
looks
the lack
like
of skill.
Dace is gonna get DRS down this long straight here, but not for the main straight though. So, okay. I mean, this is all on Palmer here. I think Palmer is in a prime position right now to pick up the race win. Just has to make sure that he has a clean and tidy sector 1. Stays right there with Dace. Potentially, you know what? I would honestly just hold off. I would honestly hold off until sector 3, the DRS and
Johnny Golf and front line. Sorry to cut you off there. The Haas cars side by side through the long right-hander there of sector 3. Not a place you normally see people side by side. We've got Lusky making a move on Sharia. I cut away from them for a second. Race day takes himself out of the contention for the win. by picking up that 3-second time penalty, he's not going to be happy with himself. I feel like that might have been affecting his pace the last few laps, because if you're on 2 warnings and you're fighting for
Yeah.
a win, it's going to control how aggressive you are. But this is it, the
Yeah,
final lap of the
absolutely.
race. Got
Oh, as
Palmer
Dace actually didn't get a
right behind
clean line
Dace.
through there.
Yep, it's going to be close coming onto this straight.
Oh,
They
Dace has
both
to
have
absolutely
energy.
nail this exit here, which he
And he
actually does.
does. What an exit by Dace. Is it going to be enough, though? Because Scott Palmer is going to have the DRS here. Dace, it says recharging on the energy, but actually they're both deploying, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. To the inside, to the outside goes Scott Palmer. Takes the race
Palmer
lead
with the dummy
from
there.
Dace at the hairpin. Race day out of contention. Dace, though, needs to nail the exit here. He's going to have the DRS. He's got the ERS. He's got everything to play for, but I feel like that finishing line is going to come too early, and it does. Got Palmer wins this race. Dace P2. Race day spinning across the line just to add some bozo points into the mix. Cali Rob is going to take home a very good P4 off a very strong strategy. We've got Frontline and Johnny Golf still battling away, though. I'm trying not to sneeze, but I really need to. A Haas Civil War through Sector 3. And we're going to watch Sharia here going down the inside on Dusty for P7 at the end of this race. Sharia looks to have made the move. Sui jumps ahead of Cali Rob. What's going on here? Oh, okay, that's not an account, I don't think, because he DNF'd after the line. Sharia is going to take that P7 from Lusky. What's going on with Johnny Golf and Frontline? Johnny Golf is going to go to the inside here against his Haas teammate. They're going to be side by side. Are they? No. Johnny Golf can't hold it in there. But then Frontline makes a mistake. And Johnny Golf is going to squeak past. And he's going to take that P10. Ignore Calliope dropping down the order. He DNF'd after the line.
For the Haas boys there.
That was a pretty enjoyable race.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. That was good. I the front three was fun to watch. I think some of the midfield guys were having some really good battles. Was really enjoying the battle there with Nikki until unfortunately whatever happened with Nikki happened.
Nikki engaged in Nikki behaviour.
Hey.
Rate the fit though, Scornsy. What we saying? The shades.
Man.
The backwards cap. Sheesh.
You know what? Sheesh. Let's go with what are we doing? Out of 10? Out of 5? Like what do we what are we doing here?
It depends. I mean, if the rating is 5, then it better be out of 5. Is all I'm saying.
We'll go with 7.5. 7.5.
A solid 7.5 out of 7.5 there from Scornsy. Thank you very much. There's our final results. Let's grab the race director real quick. Oh goodness me! I mean, I think Bozo of the day is decided. I think it would have been a really difficult decision if that hadn't happened, but it happened, and we all have to live with it. Yeah. Do we need to discuss Bozo of the week, or are we pretty decided on it?
Who would you say?
I mean, it's got to be Nikki.
Yeah, for sure. That's who I was gonna give mine to.
For me to literally say to him, Nikki, don't do it, and then he did it. I mean,
yeah.
Oh goodness me! I mean, you can't script it, except you can because he does it every week.
Race day definitely throwing away a potential shot at the win. Was pretty strong contender, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give mine to Nikki for sure. Oh, and I mean, massive congrats to Palmer, Dace, and Race Day as well. Top 3 there. Palmer playing his cards right. I think he played it beautifully there at the end. Was patient enough, and made it work. Made it work in the end. So massive congrats to Palmer there. And yeah, for Bozo of the week for sure, Nikki.
Just had to be Nikki. I almost got it at the end there. My headset just ran out of battery while you were speaking. I had to just go and plug it in quickly. Couldn't have just lasted an extra minute, but
Oh man.
there we go. All right, everybody. I'll say good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching, who did watch and who is going to watch in the coming hours and days. Good night. We'll see you next week for Baku, which I'm quite excited for because it's probably going to be absolute chaos.
Yeah. Definitely want to tune into.
Yeah, so without further ado, goodbye, everybody. Good night. Adios.